Hi, I'm Aahliya and I'm one of the owners and directors here at Underground Toowoomba, and I'm here to share my story with you. My journey started with gymnastics when I was about 4, and then it led to cheer, and now it's dance. So back when I was 4, I started gymnastics at Gymnastics. I went to primary school there, so I was a competition gymnast, so I was training 3 days a week for 3 hours each day. So there was a lot of heavy training in that, that's where I learned a lot of my technique, my strength, conditioning, the importance of all of that. And I really started to get an understanding for building that strength and flexibility around the skills. And I turned about 8, the pressure of just doing school and then being that competitive gymnast, it was quite a lot. Unfortunately, I had to leave my journey at Gymnastics, which obviously was very sad because that was my whole life. There's days where I still miss it so much. So yeah, then I went and did cheerleading at Olympus Cheer. My cousins were doing it there and they were like, hey, you should come and check it out. So I went over there and it all started in a recreational team, which was with a lot of older teenagers. So that wasn't a great fit because of where I was at. Within being there for I think 2 or 3 weeks, I ended up getting my back handspring straight off the bat, which was pretty cool. And then I decided to change teams, and the only other team that had my age group in it was a competition team. So mum wasn't too keen on me doing competitions because of the stress. But I easily convinced her that I was going to join Nike, which was my first team. It was, I think, level 2, youth level 2, I think, which was really cool because it was all kids around my sort of age. I learned to do basing, flying, so much tumbling, jumps, so much. So from there, that's where the love started. And Olympus was very good at bringing that community feel and that family feel. And when we went to competitions, it wasn't negative competition, like competing, it was supportive. And I vividly remember backstage, ready to go on stage, we had so many nerves, and they'd be playing a song waiting for the next team to go on, and we'd just be boogieing back there with another crew that we didn't even know, like just another club. And it was honestly amazing. I loved how supportive everyone was, and I really found my love for that. So a couple years passed and went up through the levels. Eventually I got into I turned 15, so I was able to go in the open team with the adults where I did mainly flying. So that was pretty cool. I got to expand my knowledge into that side of things. While I was at Olympus, I also briefly touched on some dance, funny enough. I did jazz, contemporary, pom, and that was under Brittany Ryan, and it was quite good for me to learn how to move my body, and I really liked those classical styles when I was younger. I liked feeling like a little pretty princess, and I think one of my favorite routines that she ever choreographed was our Matilda dance. And we had these little books and they had the printout like Matilda on them. And we were just dancing around in our books. It was jazz. It was such a good routine. Fast forward, I left Olympus right before they shut down. And I went over to Pinnacle where Britt was teaching. And because I knew Britt quite well from Olympus, I talked to her and I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. I got into acro straight up, and then I became a cheer teacher as well, which was incredible. The fact that she gave me the opportunity to teach those kiddos and share my passion was so good. And then she also taught me to teach acro. She gave me the opportunity to get my acro qualifications, my cheer qualifications, and all of that jazz, which was very lovely of her to support me through that. After that, obviously you would have seen in Paige's video that she had an injury. During that time she came up with the idea to start a dance studio, and she was initially just asking for support because she wanted to have that tumbling and stunting element. And she's like, hey, would you be interested in just taking a class here or there, or coming in and just helping me so that I can teach it? Which I was really keen about. And eventually, like with all of the planning before we even opened, I was helping quite a lot with all of that. And I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to help run a business. Like, I've always been very confident, always wanted to be in charge, make those decisions. So slowly, I just began helping Paige on the side. And then once we officially opened, I pretty much was just doing Underground. Slowly, I was helping with things like the books and planning end of year shows and teaching here and there, which then led to the assistant director role that I had. Was in that role for about 2 years, and then as of last year got put on as an owner, which I am so incredibly grateful for, to be able to be in this with my best friend and be able to support each other with, you know, the good and the bad of running a business, being able to just bounce off ideas, and when challenges arise, being able to go, hey, like, this is the challenge, let's work through that. So that was incredible. As for my hip hop side, I never really liked hip hop growing up. And the only reason I'm now a hip hop dancer is because right at the beginning, Paige was like, hey, can you just be in the crew until numbers get up, like, you know, maybe a couple months, just give it a go. And I was like, oh, okay, like, I'll give it a go. I fell in love with breakdance straight away because it was quite similar to what I'd already been doing. And then, yeah, slowly, you know, the locking came in and the popping came in, and trialing and erroring with all these different styles. And yeah, now I just absolutely love it. And honestly, I'm so glad that I stepped out of my comfort zone, even though in the beginning it was very hard and daunting because a lot of our dancers had danced before and I was brand new, and I was very much like, I'm like 10 steps behind, I'm not picking it up. But everyone here was so supportive with that. So it actually helped me come out of my shell and be confident and really just start expressing myself and playing around with things and not caring if it doesn't look great, because, you know, you just trust the process and know that it'll get better. So yeah, well, before and after clip of Underground, where I started with hip hop and where I finished, well, not finished, but where I'm at now. Anyways, that's my journey. Hope it can inspire you all to come and give it a go, no matter where you're at. If you've done things before, if you haven't, there's always a place here at Underground for you.